Aloha! Thanks for watching today's video. It's been a while. We're just been finishing up the activation videos of this topic reading on chess. Of course, this is a photo reading session. So if you don't have your photo reading whole mind course yet, you can actually buy that through me real quick in the link below. I would benefit from it. You would benefit from it. You can pick it up right now. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Awesome. Now, if you've picked it up already, you know why you picked it up. It's a great book to have on hand whenever you need to enhance your own brain power. Now, we're not photographing up any of these pages literally. We are taking in information in a new way and processing it in a way that benefits us as fast as we possibly can. Now, we can read these books for a lifetime. So, obviously, this beard is a representation of the books that I've try to put in. The brain is obviously trying to figure out how much it can handle, and it's like any other workout. You want to work out slowly and repetitively, and eventually you'll get healthy and comfortable with it, confident with it, and you'll be able to knock out more books than you could even imagine. This is a great way to start slow. This is most I've ever learned about chess before, and been able to play a lot of or at least play out 20 of the top 100 games. That's a little more information than I thought. So this today's activation book will not be the U.S. Chess Federation's official rules of chess. This is a heady book, not for me right now. Maybe this is something in the future I'd like to come back to, so I'm going to set this one aside. So as you go through your activation process, there might be another book that is just not quite up to par for what you need right now. So let's put that aside and let's open up the next one. All right, this is the Chess Player's Bible. Right on. So this one's pretty cool. I love the binding of this book. It is spiral, so it's really easy to get into a blip page in a photo focus. It utilizes pictures a lot. So when we go through the activation process, most of the words we're going to be looking at, we can go through quickly. We can use skittering. We can use techniques like in super reading, such as dipping involved, and as well as just flipping through the pages, photo reading. Here we are trying to take down a little bit more information. Obviously, you'll have your mind map, giant mind map. You have your own. It looks like your own mind. Now, you can keep adding to this, or you can solidify it now. It's always fun to add on to it. It looks like a mess, but I can pretty much pick this apart myself and understand it. So you should obviously understand your own. The more you practice this is going to help on visual cues. So if you're an artist, if you're a musician, a mind map will definitely create a little more connectivity to what you're doing there. So will obviously photo reading when you get into a mantra and you start getting into a rhythmic state of mind. So let's jump into it. First of all, for activation, photo reading the Chess Bible's Player's Bible by James Eade and Al Lawrence. Let's get into a prepared state. We may already know where to go into this book, but as a prepared state, you want to get into the intention and the purpose, obviously, why you want to get into this book. Maybe just have a quick glance at your mind map and recognize what pops up. I'd like to understand more gambits and attacks. And this is the Bible, so I'd like to understand maybe if it shows me I've heard about the Fool's move, or the Fool's mate. Let's see if that opens up that. Trapping. I'd like to know more about trapping. Sacrificing, and maybe something about more openings. So let's get into the prepared state. Cool. Stack your knees over your heels. Make sure your feet are planted comfortably on the floor beneath you, and just slowly erect your spine. Be tall as you can be, okay? Comfortable. Hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, just let it go. Breath in. And clear your mind, let it all go. Good. As you breathe in this time, imagine you're a number 3. As you breathe out, relax. Good. Imagine the number 2. Breathe in. And relax. Breathe out. Good. Now imagine you're holding an orange in the palm of your hand. Place this orange on the back top part of your skull. Excellent. Let it hover 3 inches above that point. See yourself sitting there. Let yourself know you're a master photo reader. You're fantastic. You're brilliant. You can activate this book in front of you. You can find the information that will provide benefit to you. And that's what it's about. You. All right? So let's figure out what you need and make sure you're focused in on your book. So you got the Chess Player's Bible. Excellent. Got our prop. If you have the plastic prop, excellent. Or maybe you have one of these. This is just a nice little sandstone. Just a paperweight. It holds the book really well and doesn't move on my table. So make sure you're comfortable. You don't want it to move too much. Yeah, so let's get started. Excellent. Got the photo focus state. We've got why. We want to know what we've learned from this book. We're comfortable. Let's dive into it. Now, do we remember what year this book was made? 2015. Excellent. It's the second edition. So there's going to be a lot going on. I'm just going to preview this book real quick, see what I can find what I want right away. Section 1, would love to know about that. Section 2, there's some fun stuff there. Let's see. Section 3, awesome. Section 4, Section 5, Section 6, Section 7. Obviously, it looks like I'm just reading through it. Yes, I am. I am just looking for some main things that I want to look and define. Obviously, I don't need much of stories. Recognizing how to use this book. Teaching me about the pieces. If you've done some basics, you already know. Maybe there's something else you might want to utilize from it. Maybe not. Maybe you don't have to find more. Stalemates. Always recognize what kind of stalemates versus checkmates. Great job. Great to know. So understanding what pieces to keep at the end is very important. So they just jump right into it. King and rook versus the king, or knight, rook versus the king, bishop, knight versus king. These are things that you will come across in the game. Very easy to get misguided and lose rooks and queens when really you want to throw around your bishops and knights. Save those rooks and queens for later. Obviously, don't lose them just by keeping them sat too long. You want to get them out. There's the developments of the game, and that's actually where it just jumped to. This development is a key to the game, all right? No one said chess was easy. I don't know. It's hard because there's a lot of opponents out there, and you might just beat yourself most of the time. But in essence, this is easy. I've learned a lot in 2.5 months, and you can too. En passant, one of the greatest moves of them all. This is when a pawn can take another pawn. The pawn moves forward, so it starts on the second rank. Second row, second rank. And if, let's say you're on D, file D, in second rank, you jump up to rank 4, and their pawn is sitting there on 4 already. Their pawn can en passant and take D rank 3. Of course, they'll be captured by C2 or E2. But in essence, that's basically how it works. I don't know if you saw that or understood what I meant there, but this is a very fascinating thing. It's happened to me a few times. I've done it before. It's pretty cool. Promotion and castling. Castling, remember, is always done within the first 10 moves. So most of it's practice. So mastery challenges, most of it's practice by fire. So if you get a chessboard, you can get it out, or you can play later on your own. That's what most of this is about. The names are also fun to get used to. So far, I've enjoyed watching Alexander Alekhine, who's early 1900s. The true artistry in chess because of that. This is talking about the early 1800s, mid-1800s. Paul Morphy and Siegbert Tarrasch. Showing a quick game. Keep on moving through your book at your own pace. You can activate as much as you want. I'm here for moral support. You can do this. You can do this. This is possible for you. Just take some time, all right? The Rue Lopez, awesome. Also known as the Spanish game. This is great. So I've seen these in some of the greatest games. So this is nice to notice. This is something to go back into and check out on your own time to play out, actually. And yeah, this is something that I guess I've tried a few times in my own. And maybe now I will be able to see it a little more ease. Here's one of the Berlin Defense and the Gucci Piano. Or I didn't say that correctly. Guoco, didn't say that right again. Evans Gambit. So there's nice to know that there's more than just King's Gambit, Queen's Gambit, and so on. There's even Evans Gambit. That's pretty cool. All right, so understanding what a gambit is may be a great question for you. What is a gambit? So you can keep your questions nice and simple like that one. You can go as complex and concise as your questions want to be, but it is up to you, my friend. All right, so that's where we improve, or at least begin to improve. Two knights defense. Okay. Oh. Scotch game. Okay. You know, most of chess is basically, again, just going through and placing the pieces on the board and trying these things out for yourself. Petros defense, that's new, that's awesome, that's wonderful. Here's King's Gambit, excellent. Things to figure out. So you're pulling the queen away. So I get that. You're pulling. I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. Maybe you are too. I like this. This is a favorite choice of attack-minded players, King's Gambit. Here's a Vienna game. Never heard of that before. Something that seems aggressive but may not be. That's nice. I like that. Creates like a square unit in the first, the C and E files up to the 4th rank. And then the Danish Gambit, which is awesome. Just to know that there's even more. Actually, kind of makes me a little hungry. I wouldn't mind having a Danish right now. Okay, so Danish Gambit, something to know. I wonder why it got the name Danish Gambit, you know? Apparently it's an early violent attack. Wow. Violence in chess. Who knew there was violence in chess? Alright, semi-open games. Sicilian defense. Oh, so those are open. Open openings. Okay. Open openings, semi-openings. I like that. Okay. That's good to know. Here's a semi-open game. Sicilian defense. Makes sense. Usually two knights to the left side and C and D file. 3 and 4 rank. And Sicilian defense with a dragon variation. Cool. Dragons. Heck yeah. Alright, dragon variation starts like this. Makes sense. Okay, pulling the bishop out. I like that a lot. That's something I would do naturally, is the Sicilian defense with dragon variation, and it must just come at naturally. So maybe if you see that, page 70, 69, that is a fantastic defense. Here's a Alpin variation. So I didn't want to understand more. See, this isn't tax. These are probably understanding more defense down to sacrificing. Isolating. Okay. So that's nice, getting the bishops out in the center. Most of these, all of these seem to control the center. French defense. It's a French one. Nice. Didn't know about that. I'm going to write that down. Now, how does the French defense work? It's always important to understand how. This is a Winower variation. Okay, main two D and E files go up to rank 4 and jump your B file knight up to C file rank 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that allows the pawns there in A, B, C to protect the knight, as though if that bishop opens up. It looks like they're playing either Queen's Gambit on the other side on that one. When you start seeing them, I think that's when you start actually understanding chess. I'm almost to the point of able to see these things actually occur. Here's Caro Khan's defense. So defenses wasn't really was my point of checking. Like, I want to see trapping, sacrificing, I want to see gambits. I figured I found some of those. That's fantastic. And some ways to attack. So here's Alekhine's defense. Here's a fantastic. I've discussed Alekhine just briefly recently. Not too much about him, the person, but just the elegance of his game is fantastic. There it is. Cool. It's just something, perk defense, something you can learn about it. Here's closed games. Did I want to understand closed games? And what the heck is a closed game? What is a closed game? Love that. Here's where you can learn about the Queen's Gambit. If you're interested in it, that's a fantastic and fun way to go about it. Usually DEF or is open. Utilizing 3rd rank and 4th rank. I'm taking this from the picture right here. I'm trying to find the way to describe it best. If you haven't gotten down notations yet, this would be a great time to look into notations and how they work, either international notations or classical notation. I like the classical notation, king side, queen side. It's very romantic, but the international notation makes perfect sense. It's easy. It's fun. It's like reading a different language, but you get used to it after a while. It's easy to make mistakes. It's like its own little math, but it's fun. So open yourself up to something new, especially something like chess, something as old as chess. You're gonna find something amazing because it's not exactly a game against an opponent, like anyone across from you on the board. It's a game against yourself, and you're trying to find better ways to defend yourself and attack your what you see, and just check it out. It's really, really interesting. Keep it going. Here's a Slav defense. Fantastic to know how deep this goes. This is a big book. Queen's Indian defense, great to know. Keep going into deeper levels on your own. The Nimzo Indian defense is like 2 of the top 20 100 games. It's used there. It's quite fascinating how powerful some of these things truly are. King's Indian defense. I'm just naming off a lot of these things. I'm getting most of it for myself, so make sure you're getting what you need out of your book. Whatever book you're reading at this point in time, activate what you want from it. I want everything from it, but I'm trying to get just a quick glance of these things. So reading opening, something new, and flank opening. Now flank was something I noticed down here. Flank opening, I kind of want to see if I understand that more. Okay, I see. Utilizing your knights. I get it. Okay, come on. That's something I actually do often. If you bring out the knights together and go forward that way, that's the flank opening. Haha, so that's interesting. That's nice. I don't believe in psychology. I believe in good moves. So there you go. Bobby Fischer, 1943 to 2008. 1940, rest in peace. Bobby Fischer, I don't believe in psychology, I believe in good moves. See, the thing, what he realized, it's not about you, it was about him making a move. See, it's simple, it's not about the other player, it's about yourself. So get into that. Shigarin's defense and Oragutan defense. Now here are some deeper level names. Now these are just players' openings and defenses and semi-open and stuff like that, because it's still evolving, it's still growing, it's still finding a new form. Maybe you will have a name in one of these books. Going over mating patterns, queen and knight, queen and bishop, rook and bishop. So what you're going to hear commonly is rook and knight is that a rook or a queen is involved, okay? You're never going to hear just a bishop and just a knight. They're very, very, very rare. I think it's like 2-3 options possible of that. Not common. Here's some cool ideas. Legals mates, Legals mates, Greco's mates, Bowden's mates. These are clever mates, definitely. And there's chess is imagination. There's another one. David Bronstein. I love these quotes. David Bronstein, 1924 to 2006. Rest in peace. Chess is imagination. So be mindful that it's visualization, concentration, and routine. 3 things that I think we learned back in either strategies and tactics in chess. I think it was right there. Yeah, if we look back, it was there. So let's keep on going. Let's just go a little bit longer in this. Centers and wing configurations. I've noticed that there are less things in here to know than I expected. As much as it's massive, but the things that I was looking for specifically, or that purpose earlier, is starting to dwindle here. But here's some tactics. I didn't want to know how to attack, so here's the pin. That means we're coming up to the sacrifice. Really excited to learn a little bit more about sacrifice. Let's just take a moment. Okay, understand the pin. And the fork is typically utilized by knights. Okay. The skewer. Now the skewer is something fun. I like this. I'm going to read this out. This term skewer was invented by a Liverpool school teacher, Edgar Pinnell, 1937. It describes an attack which forces one piece to move, exposing a second piece behind it to capture. Very, very, very cool move. If it does work, it's awesome. It usually works during a check situation. The king moves, you can take a rook or a queen during that. So be sure you value your skewer. Double attack. Very powerful move for checks. Checkmates. Discover check. double check. These are great things. Sacrifices. Here we go. Sacrifices. Classic bishop sacrifice. Okay. All right. There's knight sacrifices. Lasker's sacrifice. Laskers. Ooh. Lasker sacrifice. This is the late 1800s, early 1900s. Amazing. The stuff that's happened, like there's one material sacrifice that happened where I forget which game it was of the 100 greatest games, but it might have been like 14 or 15. Don't quote me on that one, but it's two promotions were sacrificed, and it created the end game there, and it was awesome how two pawns ready to promote, boom boom, sacrificed both of them, turning them into queens, and won the game because of that. So materialism isn't part of this. Permanent sacrifice. So how you approach chess, remember, it's how you approach chess. You're only beating yourself, right? You're beating yourself. So make sure you find ways to just be easy on yourself and win. You know, find ways to be confident in yourself, and you might notice, wow, how did I do that? You know, didn't go so hard. You weren't so hard on yourself. Clarence sacrifices. The queen sacrifice. Okay, so obviously sacrificing is something I'm good at. Combinations, very important to defining, becoming a better player. Destroying the guard, overloading decoy, interference, windmill. These are great names. These are something I want to come back to. Chess is 99% tactics. Okay. Position consideration, double rooks. Very important. 7th rank, that seems... There you go. Okay. 2 bishops left to blockade the bad bishop. I love this book. Levers, key squares. Just keep on going. Ooh, the power of pawns. Now this section can really enhance. This is probably why they made checkers, because of pawns. Things you can do with pawns are absolutely incredible. Just pushes the other player back. Big, closed English. Big section on pawns. I said queen pawn. Queen's Gambit declined. Queen's Gambit declined. Here we go. And if you need it, it's because of pawns. And it's 2 pages worth. Fantastic. Nimzo Botvinnik formation. By the way, Botvinnik, wow. Fantastic chess player. Several games in the first 20 of the top 100. All right, basically getting what I need out of this book. I like how it has all the answers too, very important. And I think I did want to know more about the end game. Is that, yeah, I think that was true. Active King Zugzwang. Zugzwang, that's a fantastic name. You know, this book is great for practice photo reading and chess. These chess books, as much as they are good to activate as well, I've learned a ton. They are the funniest sort of books to photo read and do this photo reading whole mind process. So fundamentally, this is a great beginning place for a syntopic reading course. This is really cool. How to win a chess game. 3 things. In the opening, follow these 3 steps. Make one or two pawn moves that occupy or help control the center. Fantastic. Develop your pieces to squares that bear on the center. Fantastic. Castle to bring your king into safety and your rook toward the center. Fantastic. Do you notice the one key thing? Yeah, you got it. And here's how to think about chess. So I'm going to come back to this and reread it myself. That is something you want to check out too. It's a nice little webbing. Here, I'll just read the first two. Can I check my opponent on the move or by force? Yes. Deliver checkmate. Or no. Is my own king safe? If no, protect my king. If yes, do I have a piece or pawn unprotected or otherwise in danger? And so on. Okay? So that's fantastic. That's really, really cool. And then here's the beginning and bringing it all together with game analysis. So if you really want to get the reading out of this book, here is the reading. The Evergreen Game. Plus, you can play these great games on a table. Yeah, this is the same international notation that you can easily understand. Just a little bit of practice, and that's all it takes. You can do it. Capablanca's deflection. Capablanca, a fantastic player. It's nice to see pictures. There's one of Bobby Fischer from 1963 against Pal Benko. Wow. And of course a glossary. Fantastic. Would love to just quickly glance over all that. And key. Very good. And that is the end of the Chess Player's Bible. This is by James Eade and Al Lawrence. This is a fantastic book. And just real quick, over 300 examples demonstrated attacking and defensive strategies for opening, middle, and end phases of the game. So this is a book I would definitely recommend to you, jumping into even deeper, because there's a lot to learn. How you activate is completely up to you. Once you start to activate, you can activate for a lifetime. You know, this is an evolution of reading. You're just opening the information in a new way that allows you, the reader, to get what you want out of it. So I'm getting what I want out of it. I'm really defining my questions to the degree that I want to. They're very simple here. But I love chess now. So we got one more book in the syntopic reading. Hopefully we'll get it done soon, and we can move on to either the next topic of our photo reading whole mind system, or maybe we can get into another syntopic reading course and see if the brain has actually gotten a little bit stronger up there. So if you need to get your course, you can get it through me just below. And you can get it quick. Recommend to have it because this is a lifetime tool. You're going to get so used to photo reading, you're going to be surprised that you didn't even use it before. Now, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Come back next time. Maybe check out one of the other videos. Again, have a great day. Enjoy your reading. Aloha. I'll see you again soon. Bye.